Hey guys, how you doing? This is Coach Travis, and want to talk to you guys a little bit about the importance of flow training in your Brazilian Jiu Jitsu training. And I think it's a very, very important lesson, a very important part of the game that not a lot of people, not everyone, really incorporates into their training enough, or some people not at all. And what flow training is, basically what I mean by that is it's you with your partner. You guys are flowing from one position to the next. Now you can do this starting with the takedowns. You can do this on the ground. You can do this with wrestling. And the basic idea is there's no winner, there's no loser. It's not competitive. The point is to get a lot of benefit of training with your partner in a non-resistance, non-competitive environment, all right? And so I want to talk about some of the benefits. I wrote a couple of them down. I want to share them with you, and hopefully it's something you guys will make part of your game if you're not already doing it. So, like I said, when you're training without any resistance, there's no worry about your partner tapping you out. Now, there shouldn't be much worry anyway whenever you're training live, but it is more competitive when we're sparring. Okay, you're with a partner's trying to tap you out, you're trying to tap them out. You're coming after each other, and so we tend to hold back certain things that we might not be confident with yet in our game. With flow training, you can go for everything. Okay, you can go from one position to the next because you're not tapping at your partner, they're not tapping you out. It gives you a chance to try anything. Okay, when there's no resistance, you feel very relaxed. Your mind is free to try different techniques. So that's one of the benefits. Another thing is you just practice the parts of your game, or what I call your bad side. So for example, let's say every time you pass the guard, you always pass to the left. I know me personally, I almost always pass the guard to the left. And that's a bad habit of mine I'm trying to work on. I need to work more passing to the right side. Well, in flow training, you can say, okay, I'm always going to pass to my bad side, or I'm going to work the armbar on my bad side, or I'm going to work the sweep to my bad side. I'm going to get good at that because I know my partner is going to allow me to work that with very little resistance, just flow training going from one to the next. So it allows you to really get comfortable and build up the muscle memory on the parts of your game that you're not as confident with, okay? The other thing you get to feel from another benefit is you really get a chance to see how your partner reacts to what you do. And that's something you don't always see when the speed of the match is a lot faster, or you go with somebody who's a lot better than you. You don't always see how they react to your armbar attempts, your sweep attempts, your whatever it is you do, or how they react to your counters when you try to escape what they're doing, okay? When you can see that. So like I said, flow training, it's almost like live training put to slow motion, where there's no finishing the fight and there's no pausing. You just constantly flow from one position to the next. And so when you can see how your opponent reacts to what you do offensively and defensively, it teaches you how to better move to the next position. So for example, let's say you go for an armbar from the closed guard. You notice that your partner during the flow training is able to slip their arm out, and now they start passing to one side. Now you can block their hip and escape this way. If you were the person on top, you see that they blocked your hip, you can prepare for that, and so on. So that may or may not make sense to you, doesn't really matter. The point is, you are flowing from one position to the next, and you're very aware of what's going on because you can see it, you're not tired, not fatigued, and it really teaches you a lot about what's going on from a positional standpoint in Jiu Jitsu, okay? The other thing I want to talk about, and these aren't in really particular order, but flow training is a great way to just warm your body up before training or even before class. It's a great way to get not just your body loose and moving with the jiu-jitsu techniques, but it's a great way to really get your mind involved in the techniques that you're doing. Okay, so for example, when you start flow training, okay, your body's moving from one position to the next, kind of like we talked about before. By the time class actually starts and you're with a partner, you're practicing new techniques, you don't have to kind of snap into it. You know, sometimes you come into class and you have to to get your mind, in that right mentality of, oh, we're at practice, maybe you're a little tired, maybe you had a long day. Flow training, you're already there. You're already ready to go. So everything that comes at you, you're prepared to do. So it's just a great way to warm up physically and of course, mentally, the mental side of it. Another benefit you're going to find from flow training is your timing is going to improve. To me, this is the biggest difference between brown belt and black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. It's the biggest difference between black belts and world champion black belts. It's the timing, okay? It's not that this guy knows 100 more techniques than the other guy. It's that the timing is so much better. The ability to transition from one position to the next offensively. You don't get the first submission, you go right to the next one. You don't get the first sweep attempt, you go right to the next one. Your opponent starts to pass your guard, you immediately recover. Your opponent starts to, throws you or sweeps you, you immediately get back to a position you can start working from. The timing is what makes the difference between, the average competitor or practitioner and the elite practitioner. And flow training is a great way to improve your timing because you get to do it gradually. You're not just going from doing drills where we're just doing the movement to live training, but it's kind of that missing link in between drilling a technique and live sparring. It's a little bit of both. And so when you flow that way from one to the next, you can improve your timing, and you're going to see great improvement in your overall game. And another thing is a great way to improve your flexibility. Stretching is very important after training, but flexibility for jiu-jitsu is different because we're in some weird positions sometimes. We get our legs bent over our head, we get twisted different ways, we get squashed, we have to have a little bit of strength while we're being stretched out. So flow training allows you to train in different positions with just moderate resistance and not worry so much about putting yourself in an uncomfortable or compromising position because they're not going to have that pressure. So you can kind of gradually increase your flexibility, during your flow training, and it's much safer as well. Okay, so I hope you guys learned a little bit from this video, and I hope you will definitely start adding more flow training to your game, whether it be before class, whenever you're just getting warmed up, you're waiting for class to start, or it be after class, maybe after sparring. It's also excellent way to train when you have an injury and you can't jump in with everybody else and just train 100%, but it will let you sweat, it will let you do the movements. You're still going to improve, but of course you're not going to have to worry about hurting yourself. So guys, take it from me, flow training, I guarantee you, if you're not doing it, you're missing a very important element, very important part of the game. And if you are doing it, continue to do it and change the level. Sometimes you go slow, sometimes fast, but keep changing the way you do it and keep with it. Continue to make it part of your game. And if you guys have any questions or any concerns about that, let us know. We're here to help. Good luck, and see you back on the mat.